Morning, everybody. Hopefully this video isn't too shaky and unbearable to listen to or watch. So, I was listening to this Mark Minervini interview about a month ago. Maybe it was with those Alpha Mind guys, those two British dudes who former hedge fund guys, both amazing track records. Anyways, I'm taking a little walk through the woods just because, I'm by my apartment, but I'm taking a little walk around the trails here just because I don't want to clear my head. Walking with the doggy. Had a pretty bad start to the morning with trading. And it's just like, I'm just thinking about what type of trader I am, and maybe I was trying to fit a mold of something else, but I'm thinking back to reading Market Wizards, and everyone's different, and there's a million different ways you can trade in the stock market, in the futures market, in whatever market you trade, and earn a good living, make money. And I just, after reading a lot of Livermore lately, or listening to a lot of Livermore, I realized that for me, what I need to do is, my biggest Achilles heel, basically what's been killing me, is losing money at the start of the day when I feel overconfident. And the reality is, with trading, risk management is everything. The name of the game is not making money. The name of the game is protecting what you have. And I have not been a good protector at all. Quite the contrary. I've been a pretty good surrenderer, or I've been whatever the opposite of a protector is. I've been pretty good at that. I've been pretty stupid, I've been running into battle with no armor, no shield, and a 10-foot tall sword, just trying to, go for the kill, when I should be, armor, shield, normal size sword, like protecting myself. Like there's a rainbow. Hey, that's pretty cool. Maybe that's like a sign or something. 'Cause I don't know. Always nice to see those. Come on, Brutus. Hey. Okay, so where was I? I clearly my ADHD is showing, probably, because I'm like, oh, Brutus, a rainbow, changing the subjects all the time. So hopefully, it's not, all these subject changes aren't too unbearable. But you see my point. I kind of said it already. I just need to be more locked in, more protective of my capital. I can't, I can't have these morning blow-ups anymore. And it's funny. It seems like I noticed, one of my mentors, she says she's an all-in trader. Like, she's just all in with her position right at the start. And Lance Brightstein is that way too. He's like, that's when you get the best expected value. But the thing is, I'm not Lance, and I'm not my mentor. And I have to have a trading style that suits my personality and is right for me. And I realized, with my personality, I don't think I'm meant to be an all-in trader. I've been trying to be, and what I've been doing is I've just been risking way too much money at the start of the position and blowing up, and I become emotional, and I care about the money, and it's dumb. And listening to Livermore, who big big time moneymaker, all time great trader. Also, probably my personality is more like Livermore's, because Livermore blew up really bad 3 times. And Livermore's problem was he was never satisfied. He had all the money in the world. I think it was like $100 million or maybe even $1 billion back then in the early 20th century. So who knows what the equivalent of that is today, He had Warren Buffett's level money. He didn't need to keep trading, but he had demons, and he had to keep trading. He wasn't able to stop. But Livermore, that was his problem. He could have just stopped, and he won the game. And I feel like my personality is different, where I'm actually a very content guy. I don't need much. I'd be happy living in a small house as long as there's a roof over my head. I'm able to provide for my family. Send my kids to college without them having a bunch of debt. Take a couple of trips. I want to enjoy life, and you need a good amount of money to do that these days. I mean, you always have, but economy's worse and worse and whatnot. But okay, this is all. I'm getting out there again. I'm getting ADHD brain. Starting to rain. So, I'm like Livermore, and I think instead of being like Lance or my mentor, and my mentors helped me a lot with like the strategy of how to get into a trade, but I think how to manage a trade and how to size a trade, I need to be better, and I can't do it the way they do it. I need to be my own person. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to start pyramiding my positions. So Livermore talked about, and I'm actually not even going to quote Livermore. I'm just going to put it in my own words. I can't be sure a position's going to work until it works, right? I enter with confirmation, and then it starts working out. But even still, I was just way too overly confident about it working, about the trade working out in my favor. Hey, buddy. This is Brutus, guys. He's the best. Taking me off trail though. Oh wait, these are my work shoes. I don't want to get these wet. I gotta work a retail store today for my family business my mom runs, and I'm helping her with. So, God, I'm sorry my ADHD is so bad in this video. It's really coming out of me today. But I'm fired up. And it's a good thing. I'm undiagnosed ADHD, by the way, but, it's pretty... People that do diagnose, like in an unofficial capacity, have been like, you probably have it. So, they don't even say probably. They're like, you have it. But my parents never wanted me to take the pills, and I think that's a good thing, It's, having ADHD, learning to live with it, it's a really good thing, and you don't want to be on pills. And both my parents are medical people, so I think that's like a really good, reasonable opinion. But anyway, still getting way off topic. Oh my God. I need to stop that. How does Livermore, how did he become so rich? How did he size his positions and manage them? In my own words, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter a position. Same criteria I've been using for a while. It's pretty good criteria. I'm happy with it. Doesn't bother me at all. I like the criteria. Maybe I'll use 5 minute. Maybe I'll use 15 minute. Doesn't matter. I think I'm going to use 15 minute. Because that's what I've back tested the most, and I think I like that a lot. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to go all in at the start of the position. I'm going to do what Livermore called My dog just freaked out. I'm gonna do what Livermore called pyramiding. What are you looking at, bro? My dog's just tweaking. I'm gonna do what Livermore called pyramiding. So I'm gonna enter within a small initial stake. You know, maybe I'll risk $100 or $50 or maybe like at most 150 for my current account size. And I'm just gonna leave it. And if it goes my way, and I get an option to size up, but only when my stop loss would go to break even or a very small loss, then I'll take it. So that way, instead of going all in and getting emotional and blowing up, I'm adding to a position with small size, and then it goes my way, and then I can size up safely with for sure I won't lose money because it's already my way, and I'll size up, but I won't like size up crazy. I'll size up to a point where, because it'll move my current position price, it'll be less favorable. But the thing is, I'm entering into something that's a proven trade that I know is working at least up to that point. And I'll be able to get better leverage with less risk. So for me as a futures trader, with options it's different, because if you get a big move in options, the gains can be way larger because implied volatility will go crazy when it's a surprise big move. And I just think overall it's better. That way of trading is better for Lance. It's better for my mentor. But for me, it's not. For me, I have to be my own person, do my own thing. No successful trader is the same, and there is 1,000 ways to make money in the market. So that's what they say in Market Wizards. That's not me saying that. So I'm fired up. This loss is a good thing because it got me fired up and it made me realize this. I'm 8 years into my journey as of this October, because when I was a freshman in college back in 2017, that's when I downloaded Robinhood and started trading and got serious about it. January 2022, and pretty soon it'll be January 2026, and I'll be 4 years of being super serious. So that's my journey. That's where my head is at this morning. Hopefully sound quality wasn't too windy. Hopefully my ADHD wasn't too unbearable to watch. But I'm unmedicated, so what are you going to do? It's a nice stormy day. I'm working the store today. I'm excited. If you guys need tea, hit me up. Seriously, we've got like some of the best tea in the United States. If you like Earl Grey tea, our creamy Earl Grey won the best Earl Grey in the world award several years in a row at the World Tea Expo in Las Vegas. So we've got really good tea, black tea, herbal teas. Just let me know. Matcha. This kind of just turned into an ad for the company I work at, but hey, trading is not paying the bills, so family business is what's paying the bills. So that's what I have to plug that a little bit. But if you're interested in that, hit me up on Discord, please, or Reddit, or however you talk to me. If you're a tea drinker, that is. And if you're not a tea drinker, check it out. It's good, Most consumed beverage in the world after water, I believe. How to even beer and coffee. So anyways, I'm gonna end it here. Been yapping for 15 minutes now in an uncontrolled manner, but that's just because that's where my mind is at today. It's a beautiful, stormy and sunny day, which is cool. I appreciate you watching. Please do me a favor and hit the like button because it helps the channel grow. If I get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, that way I can make like an extra $100 a month doing YouTube, which is pretty cool. So that's my goal with the YouTube channel, and also just to, you know, document my journey and hopefully help other traders avoid the painful learning curve that I've gone on. Hopefully shorten it. You know, like I said earlier, economy is effed up. All these layoffs are happening because of AI. It's harder and harder to earn a good living. And that's why, you know, I think learning to trade can be like a good thing. It could be a way to, you know, help you out. But yeah, it has to be done. Plan for it to take, you know, 5 to 10 years, at minimum 3. And it's a huge time investment, and frankly, I'd probably just advise you to learn a valuable blue-collar skill or something, because AI can't take that. But I think if you're in the right life circumstances, you're wise, you have, you know, you don't need crazy funding at all, but, you know, you have money that you can invest into it to use, like a small amount. I think it's a great thing to learn. So I just yapped a lot. It's kind of a helpful video journal for me, but that really does it. I'm going to stop here before I keep yapping. So I appreciate it, and have a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.